Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Roleplay Swan Song. It's week 24. The week before, I guess, yeah, the week before E3. Or maybe the... Wheat, how are you doing? Let's check in with Wheat.
Do you want the honest answer, or do you
No, the super conversational one. Like everything's fine.
Hey guys, fuck. Hey, what's happening? Everything's awesome.
Yeah.
Totally
That sounds
rad.
really convincing.
Now give the real answer.
Oh man, the real answer is that, as I was telling my friends here before the show began, is that I'll tell you what, I'm actually stretched at my mental capacity. I'm gone way beyond it. I'm grabbing from reserves that I didn't know I had, and as I said to Adam, I'm pretty sure that I'm just like a few emails or situations away from just seeing shit, just
Nice.
straight up, like, yeah, hallucinating off. Anyway, let's talk about cool shit.
Yeah.
E3's coming up. I'm like excited, but I'm excited because once E3 starts, that means it's going to end.
True.
And then I will actually not have to think about it for another
I feel
year.
that way about life in general.
Right?
Yeah, then we do it all
it's-
over again in a year.
In a year, though, I could take a breather for a year. It's going to be totally crazy. It got announced that I will be commentating for the Nintendo World Championships, which I'm like so excited to be a part of something.
I heard
that has been
Minnie's involved in that.
There is some truth to that Mini-Wheat will be involved in that. So I think I'm like really stoked to do that because obviously like working with my kid is always the best. And then I get to cast with Justin Flynn, so that's cool too.
Nice.
But
But
the other thing too is after E3, so it's summer vacation. You know, Mini-Wheat is doing whatever, and he is like, "Yo, are you ready for this? I'm bored."
Minnie
And
said that?
Like, hold on a second.
Summer school.
Like, right? Like, and so of course Jen's
Get
like,
him in.
"Oh no, you didn't." Like and then she's like, I worked at my parents owned a restaurant, and my summer vacations were like in the
Is that
corner
the
of
first
booth,
time
and
Minnie's ever said
you
that?
think, I mean, not really, but usually
I feel like that I've never seen or heard about Minnie being bored before.
I know, right? But I think it's just more because summer vacation just started right when like the official his first days, like they did a bunch of shit. Like it was like, yeah, it's summer vacation, like let's do all this shit. And then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, now we've got things we got to take care of. You got to chill out a little bit, etc. So like that's to be expected, right? But so I'm like, Jen told me about this while I was at work, and I came home. I'm like, look, Mini-Wheat. It's like, one of the best things to do during the summer? It's like, what? I'm like, you should stream for 2 hours every single day. And, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, listen, I will set it up so you can stream on my rig and just come in and hit it and go to your channel. And he's like, all right. Okay, so post E3, we're going to do that. But today, he's like, yo, I want to go through your Steam library so I can figure out what I'm going to stream.
Nice.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the day that I found out that my son is truly my son. It
Well, that's a good thing to have.
it is a good
Yeah, I'm glad
thing,
we figured
Geoff,
that out.
because you know what? My kid, Minecraft, right? Like Roblox, right? These are games that like, hey, those are cool. They're like good kids games, good to learn, but like, I played Quake. I played, all of these FPS games.
Yeah.
And here's the list that he has written down for me right here.
You played football and your son was like into music or something.
Right.
He was just taking drama classes.
It's like, yo, when is it gonna happen?
That sounded personal.
He's like-
Steven.
he's
Is there a
like-
story there.
He's like, my
Do an
dad.
impression. Yeah, do an impression of your dad.
Your
now.
father wanted you to play hockey, and you
So-
just wanted to make video games.
Yeah.
Here's the list. Any Borderlands game, I'm like, oh, this is
All
off
right.
to a good start already. All right.
As long as you don't play the prequel.
This is my favorite.
Ban the prequel.
Half-Life 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why not
buddy.
3? Have him play 3.
Yeah, Twitch has
Eventually.
3 already.
Stanley Parable, Dead Island 1 and 2, and last on his list, good job, Bethesda. You're doing your fucking job because Fallout 3 is the last one on
Nice,
his
nice.
list. Yes.
Take that, E ESRB.
So yeah, totally take that ESRB. But like those are all FPSs, so good on him, man. I can't
Nice.
wait till that shit starts.
Nice.
Very nice.
Because we don't have 8-bits anymore. Let's have 30 seconds. What's the one thing you're hyped for the most at E3?
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
The one thing that'll be
Ooh.
announced at E3 that you'll actually see that's a real
That's-
thing.
That's
you
a,
know
good.
that's
what?
a good answer, but it's the wrong answer.
Yeah.
JP, I don't know if you remember
I
last
do.
year I was in
I
that
do
weird.
remember it.
Well, no. This is something else. Last year I was
Oh.
in that weird situation where like there was a few things that I found out about that I couldn't talk about that I was actually ended up being really excited about.
Yeah.
And there's some similar stuff like that
Uh-huh.
that are like actually not games but announcements, but also games. I think probably I'm probably most interested in Uncharted 4, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Before we move on, did you see that theguardian.com,
Yeah, I did, right?
That's it.
famed newspaper, and actually has a reputation, and it said that
Right.
The Last Guardian's going to be at E3.
And
this
of
year.
course, like I'm excited for that, but look, man, I've been
It's
like
pro-
my heart's been crushed so many times, JP. Like Beyond Good and Evil 2, like that's already. I had people tweeting at me like, "Hey, can we get a disappointment cam during the Ubisoft conference when that shit isn't up there again?"
Yeah.
And it's like that shit
Here-
stings, man.
Wait, here's a free one for the Twitch development team, because I don't know how to make it, and the Giant Bomb guys have already made it, but you guys can make it better. Implement a hype meter in the chat that as people press it, it reacts in real time, just like what Giant Bomb
Yeah.
has.
Like it decays over time, but then when people like spam exclamation point hype or something, it just
No,
goes.
like Giant Bomb actually has a little thing that you click, and the hype meter raises and lowers as
Oh.
people are clicking it. It's
That's
actually
pretty
brilliant.
awesome.
They're gonna have that during their E3 conferences, and Twitch should steal it so that so I don't have to make it for my channel. It's
I hope
what I'm
there's
saying.
more for Fallout 4 at E3.
They're gonna have
I think
gameplay for it, yeah.
Oh, they're absolutely yeah, because
that
they
has
would.
to be why they announced it beforehand.
Did you hear the rumor about that, Geoff?
What?
People are, I think 3 or 4 people have rumored that it's going to be out in October,
Yeah.
Whoa.
and
That's awesome.
That's the big announcement on.
See, that's the one.
stuff.
Like going in E3, I actually have like a mental blockade on all the hype because they're like coming summer of 2026,
Yeah,
and I'm just like I can't get excited about it because if
Yeah.
I do, it hurts. So I don't.
Yeah.
But October, fuck yes.
Then the other thing that's happened in the past 3 hours since Drop Frames has happened and we haven't been able to talk about it is Sony announced that, or not, maybe not Sony, but people are saying that half of Sony's presence at E3 is dedicated to Morpheus. So it's another
Ooh.
hardware bullshit year of virtual reality shit that I don't really care about, because how can you show
Oh, I
that?
thought you meant the Matrix code.
I thought you meant
No, Morpheus
Oh,
is their virtual
and-
reality thing.
Yeah, it's
I
their
don't-
Speaking of-
Oculus Rift.
Yeah, speaking of virtual reality, God, this is like public too, right? Like,
Are you gonna talk about the Valve dev kits?
I don't know.
no,
'Cause that looks
yeah,
pretty
it
cool,
is.
too.
Okay, tomorrow Oculus is doing a pre-E3 press conference.
Oh, really?
It'll
I'm
be
not
broadcast on
excited
Twitch.
about-
No, actually,
The
Jeff,
reality
I'm not
thing.
at all. I mean, I am, but I still think we are so far away from it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think-
excited. I'm gonna come down on the opposite side. I'm excited, but I'm excited for like the third generation of like
Right,
VR
right.
stuff.
This is like a fucking Game Boy, like
Yeah.
right, like monochrome.
Except that the first Game Boy was so awesome.
And
Yeah, the big
and-
block gray
and
one.
you know
was great.
what, Adam?
It was
Riding
actually.
roller coasters the first 10 times was so fucking
No, that's
awesome.
the thing.
Yeah.
You need an actual game for
But
it.
number 11, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I could just kind of. We'll see. But like the thing about that is going to be, like you said, the first 2 generations are going to be less exciting because it'll be like Oculus Rift, $900, $1,500, whatever,
Yep.
something stupid expensive. But also, like for me in gaming, and I'll be interested to see if this changes because of how good they could be. But like when the Wii U was like super handsy and you're fucking flapping shit,
Yeah, it was
and all
terrible.
that, I don't want to do that in gaming. I
Well,
don't.
that the entire E3 world of the motion gaming times was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It was pointless. It's like the worst conferences of all time.
And it's gone, by the way. Like nobody.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's coming back with virtual reality. Like,
I know. Yeah, I agree with
It's
you. I
it's
agree.
the same fucking cycle over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean,
All they
they'll
need to
figure it
do-
out eventually.
All they
you
need to do No, just hand it over to the people in the porn industry. They'll figure it out, and then the video game world can actually make apps for that once the porn industry is.
Which is where video games came from, by the way.
Yeah,
Basically.
no porn. I said the same thing on Drop Frames. Porn industry drive technology, man. They'll figure everything out.
I mean, they're already doing that with Oculus. Oculus has a lot of pornographic applications.
Of course they do. It'll be great. Probably weird.
But yeah, like control feedback is so important. You need to really feel like the controls are something you can feel, something that when you take an action, it feels like you have taken an action. Like you'll notice when you click like buttons, they have that point where it snaps. And that's a really good feeling for you. And it, motion control doesn't have that sort of thing yet. I mean, I'm actually really curious. It's not E3 or anything like that. I'm really curious about the haptic pad on the Valve handset, whatever it is, Valve controller.
Yeah, that's out in October or whatever, or something.
Yeah.
They announced when that's all coming out. I forget when it was.
I think it's all public release in November, but if you pre-order October 16th.
Haptic touchscreens are like, that's like Apple's big thing now, right? The new MacBook has that haptic touchscreen. The new Kindles, they bump instead of click.
I'm still confused. Did Apple actually announce radio on the internet the other day, or did I just see a meme?
No, they're just doing like a Spotify or Google Music.
Oh, okay. I think I saw the
way they phrased the
Valley
announcement. The way they phrased the announcement sounded a little bit like you could listen to music 24 hours a day. Like no shit. Thanks.
Jesus, fucking
crazy.
Christ.
It's what kind
Think of the
world?
implications.
Yeah, I saw that.
Never have to stop.
They're using isn't it like Beats One Radio? Isn't that the name of the thing? Their first live radio. Yeah, Beats One.
You know, I think
I hope it's Beats by Dre.
The live.
That's they bought Beats. Yeah,
that's
what it is.
The live.
That's why they have that.
The live stream presentation, I think, was like 90 minutes or something, or just over, or just like under. And I feel like I could have edited it down to about 5 seconds, which was like iPad multitasking, picture in picture, thank you, and then everything else I didn't give two fucking flying.
Are we going to see another last thing on E3? Then we'll move on. Are we going to see another remix of the Assassin's Creed trailer this year?
I don't know. Is there going to be a new one, man? Because
there is. Yeah, they showed it. It's in London. It's steampunk.
Syndicate, right?
It's already been announced. I think it's called Syndicate.
Tip your fedoras now.
They got to give me a good trailer to work with, and if they do, JP,
all right.
I can't make magic out of all of them.
I will. I'll message or I'll hit up Jen tomorrow on Solemn and say, hey, I know a guy that can remix it. Let me know.
Yes,
he's pretty.
He's a DJ.
He's a DJ. He's pretty well known.
do that. Do that.
Talk
we could
to your guys
save
at
them.
Ubisoft.
We could save them before the conference.
I would. I don't know what I would do, but it would probably be something crazy if you walked out on stage and presented Assassin's Creed remixed. That'd be amazing.
Oh my God! If I get the trailer ahead of time, then I could just overlay that during the Twitch.
Yeah.
We're showing it, but then I can just play my version.
Oh, it's something about that since I don't talk to you anymore unless we're on a show. Is there going to be a on the Twitch stream? Is there going to be a bug somewhere on the screen? Like, where should I put the Drop Frames logo on the screen? Can you give me any hints? No idea. Should I message Adam Contini for that?
Bro.
I'll message Adam Contini.
Yeah, good luck. I just honestly, I'm like trying to think because we updated some graphics for E3, so there's a lot of updates. I don't know, JP.
All right, I'll figure it out.
I don't know. You should message Contini.
Yep.
Maybe.
Anyways.
Gotta be really careful how you say his name, don't you?
Contini? How else?
Contini? Contini?
It gets...
I like how the last message
quick, I think.
from Contini is, where the fuck are you? There's no answer. Anyways, Geoff, you're going to be playing some StarCraft in hour 2, not on the stream, but on another stream or something like that, right? What's going on?
So I think what we figured out,
this?
What we figured out, and I'm good. We're gonna give a heads up here. I'm in this Shoutcraft match against My Insanity. I just play one game, and I'm like the third or fourth guy to play, so it's in a little while. I'm playing against Betrayus, who is significantly better than me, and he plays Zerg, which is my worst matchup right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking what we do is just say, Adam, Zakarian's going to be actually super quiet for a couple of minutes.
Unlike usual.
Gonna mute my mic, right? Let me get my ass handed to me, and then I'll unmute and come back in. And if you got questions for me, or if you're like, Sakarian, what are you doing? I'll be like, Sakarian is cleaning his thunder gun. All right, thank you. Going back over to other guys.
Welcome back, Geoff. While you were gone, all the other players killed you. You're dead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, I'm like, okay, look for Prosper to be wrecked in the middle of hour number 2. Sakarian's gonna come back and just be like, I go to Prosper's room.
So shouldn't be a big deal.
And also, you won your first Warhammer tournament over the weekend.
Oh shit!
No, so I won
Second
my
Warhammer
first
tournament.
major tournament.
First major.
We've got what's called Rogue Trader tournaments, which is like a smaller classification, usually a 1-day tournament, and then Grand tournaments, which are 2-day tournaments, larger, bigger, everything. And that was the one I won. Yeah.
What I saw a sword. What is that? The trophy?
Yeah. They gave me a sword.
Did you have to travel home with that?
Yeah, but I just drove, so I just
okay.
back out of my car. Yeah,
I'm always interested in the stories when people give like crazy trophies, like at StarCraft or anything like that. How they actually get them home.
They do though. I know that.
That's it's the interesting thing. Like they actually get home. I don't know how that works.
It was a lot of fun. I took my Harridan, which I was hyping up beforehand, and it performed amazingly well. I played the bully, who I think I've actually told this story before on Roleplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played and beat him, so there's like vindication there. And it was really awesome. I'm really excited. So,
Congratulations, dude.
thank you,
Yeah,
man.
congrats.
He's
So,
gonna also congratulate you.
I mean, the question that's really on everyone's mind is,
Yeah, I've already.
what does that mean?
Well, it's a lot of points. So
No. I mean, like, Geoff.
Oh, Dark Heresy.
What does it mean?
really mean?
Have to bring Dark Heresy back, I believe, was the.
Yeah, I've.
So
I've
JP,
already-
you've got the scene set up so we can just fade out Adam, right? And we'll just swap the overlays and get started with the real game here.
I've already started to put in the work for that.
Fade out Adam. I was like, wait, no, and it's like, goodbye, Adam. All right.
A cat just comes in.
Rise.
I will see you in hell, Lumpkin.
There you
And it
go.
does. It literally just fades into black, and you like turn down the dial on it.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
didn't hear anything
goodbye,
about
Adam.
this. And Dark Heresy.
Let's
All
bring
right,
in
guys.
Total Biscuit. Good.
I feel like in the spirit of E3, Geoff, I can answer you, or maybe Wheat, I can answer you about Dark Heresy. We're not talking about that right now, but we'll have more details in the future. So
Great. That was well done.
yeah,
It's like you've done that before, right?
yeah. So there you go. Geoff, anything else? Any movies recently? Have you seen anything? Didn't you? Jurassic Park comes out this week, right?
I know. I'm just completely turned off Jurassic Park. Like, I'm gonna go see it. Wheat's all excited about it and shit. I know.
Fuck you, Geoff.
Terminator. I'm not really super excited about that either, but I will see that.
Yeah.
It got like someone did a thing on it and said that it's. I don't know. Some reviewer said it's actually pretty good.
Saw Terminator?
Yeah, I don't know though. Like Rotten Tomatoes is my pretty damn solid.
Yeah, what is Jurassic Park? Oh, 73? Fuck, dude.
Oh,
That's-
I think the reviews were embargoed until today, so they finally came out.
It's coming out.
It's not bad. It's
doable.
pretty
73.
good. How many reviews
73
is
's not
that? 81 is 73. I'll take it. That means it's actually decent.
This is the best of the Jurassic Park sequels and
Yeah, I
does
saw
a
that.
better job than episodes 2 and 3 in recreating the quote feel.
But that's
of the
nothing.
original.
All the sequels sucked ass.
No, that
They
was
did.
from James Bertinelli. From
Wasn't there one where
Real
like
Views.
a gymnastics person
Yeah, that was
like
number
beat
2.
a raptor?
That was
Yeah, that was
Jeff
3.
Goldblum's daughter. Oh, was it 3?
It was 3. Yeah.
So
Thought it was
fucking.
I
Fucking-
love Jeff's response.
I saw all of them.
Halfway through,
dude.
Geoff is just like, "Oh, don't bring it, please don't." Make it stop."
It was so bad, and it's amazing because for me the contrast between 1 and everything that came after it is so vulgar that like it's like disrespectful. Like the first one was a monumental movie. Like they had gigantic animatronics. They spent years making this perfect movie. And it was like early to mid 90s. We're blessed with this movie that's like 20 years ahead of its time. Mm-hmm. And then everything after that, the writing gets so fucking horrible that it's like it's like weird. They're like, well, bring the T-Rex to San Francisco, guys. Think of the fucking implications.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It would
That's
be like if they made a sequel to Gone with the Wind and put Rambo in it. Like,
It's up there.
It just doesn't make
It's
any
not-
Wait, so
sense.
hold on.
It's not because that's like off topic. It's like Gone with the Wind, only it's a porno. Like they just are like fucking sex scenes. Let's
Does-
make.
I mean, that
like-
probably exists.
Does
Shades
the
of
new
Grey
one
kind-
have like?
Coming
Does
with
the
the
fourth
wind.
one count the second and third one as canon?
They have to.
Probably.
Oh, not in this day and age. They could like at the beginning just be like 15 days after the first occurrence, and like everyone's like, well, what happened? And they're like, it's
No,
okay.
because it's I mean, it's kind of like sweep it under the rug more than anything.
Yeah, let's just not
Okay.
talk about it.
Right? It was like,
I
yo, like obviously they're not just going to abandon the fucking 180 bazillion dollars they put
Here-
into this island. So someone was maintaining it and working on it all that time. It finally reopens.
Random
That-
side note.
I'm good with that.
You guys know how they completely said like everything outside of the movies and Star Wars is not canon anymore,
that was
Yeah.
except the new comic books that they just started
Yep.
doing. Did you hear about that?
Well, and
You want to be
Clone
spoiled
Wars, like,
really
show.
fucking bad right now?
Go for it.
If you don't care, or if you care about Star Wars
Hand
and
up.
the new canon, stop watching when I put my hand down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna talk about this. Han Solo has a wife.
Yeah.
Like he
and it's
has,
not
he
Leia.
got married in the comic books or some shit.
And she's that chick from Saga.
Well, he marries Leia in the books. You know that.
Originally, yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think that. Yeah.
The books are
That's not
non-canon.
canon.
anymore.
Yeah, this is canon.
Which is
Like
weird,
But
because
this-
they're great. They
Wait
do-
a second.
Some
Wait a
of them
second.
are really good.
You need
The
to
comic-
you need a time reference.
The comic
I don't
takes
know
place
when the time
between-
reference is.
No, it takes place between Empire and Return.
Oh, okay. So
Or
there
is
you
it
go.
between?
It
No.
can't take
between
place
two
between
of the
Empire and
movies.
Return because fucking Han Solo is in carbonite.
Yeah, he got married.
Yeah,
in
no,
Carbonite.
no, you're right. It's between the first and the second one.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
weird.
between
Yeah.
Star Wars and
Yeah,
And
between
remember
A New Hope and
Empire?
Empire. Yeah.
So remember,
yep.
they built that whole subcanon around the phrase where he says those bounty hunters we ran into on Ord Mantell. There's that spawned that whole thing between those two movies, all that stuff in the old canon. So that's already established to be like a significant chunk of time. So they could fill it with whatever they want, including him getting married.
right, but in the new Star in like Episode 7, I
don't-
was on.
I
It's
think he's
I-
married to someone. I don't know.
Well,
well,
it doesn't mean that.
isn't the main
could be a second
character
marriage,
fucking
right?
Han
Like-
Solo and Leia's kid?
Maybe. I think that's speculation.
It's implied that it's Leia's kid because Luke says in the trailer that the
Right.
Force is strong in our family or whatever. So
Yeah.
it has to be Leia's kid.
But
it
isn't
doesn't have
her
to be
name
Han
like
and
fucking
Leia's.
Ray Solo or something like? Or am I just?
So, but again,
like,
you gotta remember,
totally-
sometimes
I don't
people
think
get
the
married
last
and
brain
then they
is
stop
fucked
being
up.
married and they get married to other people instead. So it could be like
course.
second wife situation.
Yeah. I don't think the last name's been revealed. But we'll see in December. Putting the hand down. Let's stop talking about it.
I think it'll be great. Obviously, but I'm just it's weird that they announce all those books that we've written over 30
Yeah,
years.
They're all non-canon.
Gone.
Didn't we
Gone.
talk about this already though? About how much work it would be to like nitpick your way through that?
Yeah.
As
Well,
like trying to make
If
a
only
big
they
deal
had
of
an
it.
army of people that would literally do that for them.
No,
like
did-
all,
Like, telling a director like, oh, hold on, this has to be that specific way because in this book written by some hack we gave $400 to back in 1998. Like that's the problem with canon, right? Is that you
but I
can't-
don't think
at a
they
point
would
you
have to
vote
do
it.
like. I really don't think it would be that bad. It's
could
like
say-
Chewbacca's dead. Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit, kinda, and a couple Empire things. Like you'd need to know the politics there. But them just being, I think. Let me put it to you this way: I would rather they worked hard to make it cohesive to the canon than to take the easy like this is what everyone does right now in all of our like nerddom. They're just like, Jesus, that's a lot of work. Fuck it. Gone. Like it's just gone. Like Superman, Spider-Man. Let's just like let's do that different. X-Men. Well, that got complicated. People fucking died.
they've
No. No. Time shift.
They've done
They're
that in
back,
comic
guys.
books for years.
I know.
Like
I know.
over and over.
Yeah, I mean they're rebooting the entire Marvel universe in the fall. Like,
But I agree with that. But even that is like it's like that was
Yeah, yeah.
okay in the comics, and that's fine. But to channel that spirit of like, oh no, we retconned everything, and we took
Yeah.
the easy route
Hey,
because they did it in comics.
You know
I'll
what?
be the first person to feel bad about saying goodbye to the Yuuzhan Vong, but sometimes these things have to happen.
Well, they were never going to do. I mean, they don't.
This-
That's down the line though. There is a period of time between there where it's the
Geoff-
remnants of the empire.
as a comic book fanatic, let me tell you about the upside of the superhero universes and their inability to actually move forward with progressive arcs. Because of this and its development over like the last 9 years, it has allowed new genres of comics to come to the forefront, and now they are actually starting to take over, where original works are just kind of owning the shit. Actually, superhero comics will always fucking be the best, because it's just like, it's like the WWE at this point. But the fact that there are so many new comic creators, artists, writers that are being able to like make awesome shit that isn't superhero comics is all because of sort of that floundering superhero comics world. And it's great, you know. So I'm like, hey, that's cool, whatever. I don't know. I don't read that stuff. So
in this context, it saddens me, though, because we're talking not about floundering. We're talking about a redemption story where episodes 1 through 3 were, you know, I don't care what side of the fence you're on. It wasn't what we were hoping. For the most part.
Right.
So we're like, well, with these next ones, you know, they're going to be great, but they took the easy way out. But that's okay, because it makes room for other things to do well as well. It's like, yeah, I guess so, but I kind of want this one to do really fucking well as well. And I think it will. I'm not saying like because they're doing that, it's going to ruin it. It's just sad to me that they're like,
Star Wars, the Star Wars universe is a bonsai tree, and they're just trimming off branches that they don't like, and the main tree is the same. So we're gonna get a different tree later, but that old tree, we still got pictures of it, right? Those novels still exist.
Yeah.
I could say something really catty about working with a large expanded universe and needing to confine yourself to everything that's previously been written about it, but instead I'll just imply it.
There you go. Boom.
Slightly on that subject, like I just finished Daredevil.
Games industry.
Great show.
Yeah.
Dark, gritty, awesome. I liked it. There was like a 3-episode span where it was some of the most whiny, cliche superhero crap, though, that I was just like, come on. His best friend... Ready? Spoiler for a show that's been out for a couple months.
Let's put the hands
Spoiler for a
up.
show that's been out for a couple months.
And
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Here
go,
it comes.
Geoff.
His best friend finds out that he is the Daredevil, and I have never, like, I arrest, you know, I suspend disbelief when I watch these shows, but he whines for like 2 or 3 fucking episodes because he lied to him about having superpowers and defending the city, and I was like, I have no identification with this. Like, this is done in every movie, that's fine. But if, like, JP came wounded into my house and he's like, I'm the Batman, and he's actually the fucking Batman, I wouldn't be like, I'd be like, JP,
You lied
all
to
this
me.
time where we were just playing roleplay, and then afterwards you were out saving the world. Like, that's not anyone's reaction. I'd be like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking, that's
shit.
incredible. That's incredible. Am I in danger? And I was like, yes, the Joker's on his way right now. I'd be like, well, I'm getting the fuck out. You know, like, that would be the reaction, not like, you lied to me. I can't trust anything, you know, like, and then just like flail off. Like, that is so stupid. But it's done in every superhero movie, and usually by a female. So in this, they're like, we're progressive, we broke it. It's the guy that gets super whiny and bitchy, and it's like, come on, just go somewhere new. Rant
While your hands are up,
Yeah.
fuck that show
Why?
for calling it Daredevil, not giving that motherfucker a suit until episode 10,
Disagree.
Yeah.
and not even get. I mean, yeah, it was like the most elaborate story, but fucking for reals, they could have done it in 6 episodes.
Yeah, they could have.
In fact, I propose that they rename the show
Someone recut
to
it.
fucking Wilson motherfucking Fisk.
That's
Boom, done. Drop the mic. Fuck all y'all. Now it can be called Daredevil.
That's true.
When running a city, there's certain sacrifices you have to make, and you hurt my mother! Ah! And just like headbutts, and like, what's his superpower? Well, he's a giant fat white guy that just doesn't seem to get knocked out. What does he do? He's got a ton of fucking
Dude,
money.
but that's
Where
Kingpin.
do these rights
That's
come from? 'Cause
Kingpin, yeah.
they all
That's
hang out
exactly
the same
Kingpin.
Jeff, that's what
All
white
of them.
people. That's white people's superpower.
Yeah,
It's
that's-
money.
Oh God, he's
That's
got
my
this
superpower.
other complex. Like, what did they do? Well, he killed his father with a hammer, and the two of them became inseparable afterwards. Obviously,
Well, you know what? The Punisher's going to be in season 2, and maybe he'll just kill all those people. So problem solved.
next season, can the Punisher stand up to rich white people who are just trying to hurt Hell's Kitchen? And like the whole story, God, he's like, sometimes you have to make certain sacrifices to to reshape the world around you.
I like that your Kingpin impression is Wilford Brimley.
That's
Or like with a little bit of like
And if I
Nixon
could do it,
thrown
you
in
could
there.
see it.
I have
It is
sciatica.
Nixon.
His hand the whole
It's
time.
only- I think of Nixon. That's why I'm laughing.
It's a Nixon Brimley
Jeff
impression.
is just gonna start going like this.
Arrow!
Like they cut him too, and he was like, "Holy shit, he got cut and it didn't hurt him. Where do I get a suit like that?" And then he fights a slightly mentally handicapped guy.
That's in the comics.
Really good at fighting.
Well,
sure.
not the fact that he was mentally handicapped, I don't think, but
Yeah, this weird, crazy duel, and at the end of it, he's like, "They're gonna hurt Bella." And he's like, "Who's Bella?" And he's like, "My girl." He's like, "I won't hurt her. If you make a suit for me, I'll kill the guy that's threatening to hurt her." He's like, "Okay."
I mean, I think that scene was supposed Daredevil was supposed to know he was kind of lying to the guy, right? Like he was just like, "Sure, I will tell you that. That's kind of generally within my plans, but I don't care about this woman."
It is a good show, though. It's just there's a couple parts where I'm just
It's
like,
great.
yeah.
2 episodes.
10-10. We'll watch season
Oh,
I just want to see the Iron Fist stuff now. I want to see the fucking mystical shit that they
Yeah,
teased.
Danny Rand. Speaking of white people with money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
do it.
All right, I'm putting my hand down. We're done talking about that. Adam, I heard you played Brothers 2 years after the fact it came out.
I did, yeah. I had it. I got it on.
Adam Steven, the suckerfish of streamers.
I got it on PlayStation. I got it on PlayStation like way back when, but just never had time to play it. And then people were mentioning it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, still haven't played that." So I just hammered it out today. What's funny is that Gmart played it this morning and finished 20 minutes before I started mine, and so people were like, "This is the second time I've seen this game today."
Yeah, it's a good game.
Oh, so
It
good.
is.
Some people think it's like one of the best games for a lot of people.
I think maybe we need to put our hands up again and talk about how good the ending to that game is.
All I want to
That
say.
game's been out for 2 years. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not holding
I-
up my hand for that shit.
No, my arm
all I
sorry.
really want to say about it, without spoiling it or whatever, is that the part that people, I think you expect, you go to a game and people are like, "Oh, you're gonna have like a strong emotional reaction to the game." You're like, "Oh, like maybe like a kid dies or like someone says some sad stuff or whatever." I didn't find that part of it at all. Like it's just kind of an innocent fairy tale that gets a little dark at the end, like fairy tales do sometimes. But it says something about game design and like games that a bunch of other games have tried to do and failed, like the Stanley Parable, for example, like BioShock to a certain degree. They were like, "I have things to say about games," and they kind of fell short. But Brothers, in one moment, like a 1 30-second span of the game, says more about making stuff, making art as games than all those other games did in the whole game, which is what impressed me about it.
The only other game that came that close for me, and it wasn't nearly on the same level, was Bastion. At the very end of Bastion, when you have that choice. And there is kind of a mechanical impact, but it's not like, here's the thing you've been doing the entire game, and it's cast in a new and emotionally impactful light the way it was in Brothers. But, they did pretty good.
Adam, you're the second person today, and the only reason I know this is because chat, that I'm going to convince to play Journey. But play Journey. That's the next game you should play.
Yeah, people have been saying that too. Journey's PS3 only, right?
They have a PS4 version of it. I think they re-released it with like Flower and the other one in it. I think.
Adam, you and me,
Yeah.
Journey Bros.
Or maybe it's not out yet.
I haven't played it, but yeah, I'd be willing to play it again.
I guess it's not out yet, but it's coming out at 1080p, 60 FPS with Flower, Journey, and
Fancy.
Flow. Flower's actually
Cool.
really good.
I played Flow and Flower a little bit when they first came out. But.
It doesn't have a release. We'll probably tune in this weekend to find out more. 'Cause that's probably when they're going to announce that it's coming.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyways, Steven, I heard you figured stuff out at the border or something. Is that...
Yes! I finally have
you
my
did that, and I was
work
like, "Oh my god, was that not public information?" Because you looked really mad for a second.
No. That's my fuck yes. I'm so like, it's a huge weight off my chest to finally be able to work legally in Canada.
Can I just say, fucking
wow.
immigrants coming to my country and stealing our jobs?
Stealing our jobs.
Making
yes.
our video
Can
games.
I just say this?
I stole Adam Koebel's job at the company I'm working for.
It's fine. I welcome you. Canada welcomes you, Stephen.
Yep,
Welcome back.
yeah, exactly. Well, Quebec doesn't. And Canada in general has just decided that they want to be able to revoke my citizenship should I ever get it. So not feeling super welcome right now, but that's okay.
I got the Queen's phone number. Just give her a call. It'll be fine.
All right, I'll be like, hey, I'm Adam's bestie from the internet.
People are super nice, so the government doesn't have to.
Wait, Canada has a...
Bye! Hi,
Hello, Stephen. How are you?
I love me a good lumpkin.
Why is she German? Why is our queen German?
Wait, hold
You
on.
didn't
hold on.
realize that
Canada
that's what
has
happened.
a queen. Can I play my American ignorant card here?
Yes,
Canada has a
Yeah,
queen?
totally.
We do.
It's the Queen of England.
Technically, every Canadian citizen is entitled to, and I haven't called mine in yet. We're entitled to a personally signed photograph of the queen. In writing, we just write her, and she sends us a picture.
Are you being
I'm
serious?
entitled to it. Yes, seriously.
Can I get that if I become a citizen, or is that also like second tier?
The picture is
second-class
different.
citizens don't get a picture.
You wouldn't get that. No
The
way.
second-class picture is just the Queen going.
Yeah.
With
They're
Stephen
actually
Harper in the
really
background,
sensitive
being
about
Herschel
people
Rock.
taking or immigrating into and out of Canada, actually. And I know this because I've flown into Toronto anytime ever. That was the meanest
I like
airport
Toronto's
I've ever
airport,
been
by
in
the
my
way.
life.
I actually enjoy that airport. That airport is nice.
Montreal's airport is not bad at all. It's pretty
Canadians are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. Second, probably only to Australians. But like their government, the people that work for it, they are a special breed of dickery that I think only people immigrating to like America would experience. And
Our border
Just
guards are way worse than America's border guards.
And that must be English speaking Canada border guards, because French speaking Canada border guards are super chill.
Huh.
Really?
Yep, totally.
That's because you speak French.
Oui.
well,
I know. I'm just like bonjour. Je
Listen,
suis
hold
ici
on.
pour.
Of all the people that I know, you are the most French-looking person I've ever met, Steven. So you could fit right
Wow. I don't. Wow.
in. You don't
have-
agree?
you do kind of have like a Gerard Depardieu
Dude, if
thing
he
going
put his
on.
hair in like a little fucking ponytail thing, he'd
Like a
look
man
so
bun? Man
French.
bun here? Hang on, here we go.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a bun.
Boom,
Everybody stop
French.
calling it a man bun. It's a
Boom,
bun.
baguettes and shit, man, all
You
over
know-
his face.
JP, you know this quite well, but where Steven's from, that's a killable offense that you're calling him French.
That's
Because
true,
I had
actually.
to practice my French snootery for Prosper.
Yeah.
That's true. Geoff made a great point there. That's great.
I missed it. That's good.
You know Southern Code.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Well, we're about 40 minutes in. You guys want to take a break, or you want to play some role-playing games? Let's do the latter.
Let's do that thing.
I'm
So
next match, by the way. I'll give you guys an.
Yeah, just type.
So
down here.
after all the difficulties that you had in your hotel room, Prosper,
my nose hurts.
and then several conversations thereafter dealing with the ramifications of such a situation.
And so does my heart.
Everybody gets a chance to rest, meaning Prosper, you get some hit points back.
How many do you get when you rest? Con bonus? That doesn't make sense. My con bonus is nothing.
Let's see. I can't remember. It's not a rule I ever have to use, so.
I will look it up.
Okay, you check it out there. Piani, you went and stayed on the Swan Song.
Right.
Yep.
So it is, I guess, 2 days before the ship is ready, because we rewind, making it the 1st of November, 3200. What does everybody want to do? Is there anything you want to do on the planet before you leave? Prosper, do you want to try and figure out why you just got attacked in your hotel room, or?
So they were like, oh, we came because we needed to collect you so that we could figure out what you did to that guy's brain, because he doesn't remember anything. So
They
something
blamed,
that happened.
they blamed you. They were like, why? Because they came for you specifically, and they were
Yes.
like, what did you do to him, Trudeau? Like, where's the information?
Yeah, exactly. So you know what?
Well, okay. First of all, what are you gonna do with the dead bodies in your room?
Oh God.
Good question.
Does a dead body bother you, Prosper?
No.
Glad I'm not there.
No, it doesn't. I'm still looking for like rest rules. I don't know. So anyway, oh wait, there's something about some points. Okay, I'm close. Anyway, like, shit. I guess I'm sitting there like I actually put on my clothes, like, you know, some black pants, a white undershirt, you know, slick back my hair, have a cigarette. Le shit. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I just start like fireman carrying these guys.
To where?
God, is the place that we're at, like, is it seedy? Would people look askance at me if I walked out the front door carrying bodies, or would they be like, yeah, this is pretty normal for this?
So the
town?
planet has a government, right? The Mandarinate, but they only protect basically like the rich members of their civilization. Like if you killed somebody important, then you'll get in shit. But like, yeah, I mean, you could probably just pay the hotel to dispose of them for you.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I do that. I think I'm like, I shoulder them and I begin carrying them outside or something like that. I guess I might go to Higgs actually and say, Monsieur Higgins, is there anybody you know on this planet who can help us dispose of these bodies? Criminal contact of some variety. Maybe they can help us learn a little more about where they were from, what they wanted.
Can I make a cultural criminal roll before answering?
Yeah. Right.
Also, the new XSplit has this weird transition thing where, like, up in the top left, there's a bright light, and then it slowly fades over everything, and that's how the transition occurs. So, if you guys see that, that's not... I don't know why it exists, and I wish it didn't.
Wait,
Anyway.
what?
Yeah, it only happens once, too, which is the odd thing.
Did it happen?
Yeah, it just happened.
Now I'm watching the stream.
You'll see it in the
Are you
top
trying
left.
to find? Are you trying to find somebody to do it for you, or you just want to know like what would happen if you had a corpse that needed disposing of on this planet?
This first one.
So you just want to like, I know somebody who can take care of this. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, it'd be plus charisma in this case then.
Oh, I picked the right one.
Nice.
10.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Sick.
You could probably just like look somebody up in the phone book, but you've had you know someone who's used someone before. There's like cleaners on the planet that'll be like, yeah, you need to discreetly get rid of somebody, no problem.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you can make some calls, make that happen.
Yep. I just make the
Nice.
call, and then turn. Do they give me a time estimate or anything like that?
Well, you tell them. The faster you need it, the more expensive it's going to be.
Oh.
It's not a quick problem. I can dump these bodies in the back alleyway and, 8 hours, 12 hours.
Yeah, by the end of the day is what I tell them, then, Adam.
Okay, so you just tell them where to pick them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it'll be 5,000 credits.
I will pay.
Yeah, and so once the information, like once you transferred the funds, then they're just like, yeah, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They send somebody.
I wire him the money.
I kind of think this is like how John Wick gets rid of the bodies in the movie, where he just calls that guy and gives him the little
The
golden
service.
coin. Yeah. Was that what it was called? The service?
Dinner.
The old guy?
No, I just
Dinner reservation.
Oh yeah, he makes a dinner reservation. Yeah, I call someone and say, yeah, I have a dinner reservation for 4.
Reservation 4 in the back alley behind my hotel.
Yeah, the back alley behind my hotel.
Okay,
And then I hang up.
perfect.
Thank
Okay,
you,
yeah, so someone will come and take care of that.
And then I guess Prosper at this point, he knows that he needs to talk to Piani because she's the one who's going to be able to get him more information on who these people were and like who they might have been working for. I mean, like they didn't tell me anything about who they were working for, right? I don't. Let me look at this.
You found out that they. I mean, you know that they were sent by one of the Madari like clans.
Yeah, they have 3 scars on their collarbone, all of them the same marking.
Yeah.
I wrote something about they have blue fever inhalers and brother flyer.
What?
That word that you wrote down should have been brothel.
Brothel flyer.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Brother
shit.
flyer.
Brother Flyer.
You guys want to go to a brother? Pick up some prostitutes? Sorry, English is not first language of me.
Yep. So yeah, I guess I'm heading for the Swan Song because I know that's where Piani headed. So Prosper wants to ask Piani for any information tracking these guys down, figuring out who they might have been working for and what they might want, and then also Prosper sort of knows that they were asking why McCrary didn't remember. The only reason Prosper thinks McCrary wouldn't remember is because of something Pi did. So that's a conversation.
So you're okay, just like leaving the hotel and walking the mean streets of Majid by yourself? After some guys just tried to.
beat the shit out of
That's
me.
what he said.
I'm just confirming.
I feel like the right answer here is no, Adam. I guess like
you're a tactically intelligent individual, even if Steven might have forgotten about that.
yep, definitely.
And I just wanted to, maybe that's in the back of your head, like this might not be safe.
Yep. So I go to Sakarian, I knock on the door. I say, Monsieur Sakarian, I need to speak with Pai and with Piani. Are you interested in accompanying me to the Swan Song?
The door kind of opens up, and I just have a cloth on my thunder gun. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I will escort you there. Fine.
Merci. We begin walking.
Okay.
Sakarian zones out.
All right, so you head out into the crowd. It's night here. Day and night are both quite short. I don't know the exact time, but the planet's smaller and in a different place than Earth, so you're closer to like 6-hour cycles than 24. So you're kind of in like the middle of the night, but it doesn't really ever matter. Like there's constantly stuff happening on Majid. You guys are in again like a bad neighborhood. There aren't really very many that aren't that way. And you're heading through the crowd towards the dock where the ship is.
Let it be known that I am fully equipped with all of my gear and guns.
Sure.
I'm wearing my woven body armor. I've got my laser rifle. I've probably got one of these guys' laser pistols on my hip.
Are you sure you're not coming from a formal dinner? A formal dinner where you don't have any of your shit, and then the whole ship is I'm just kidding.
Weed's just being a dick. That's aimed at me.
I'm being a dick.
There was a great moment on the last West Marches where Aurelian decided she wanted to stealth into a goblin hideout wearing her fancy clothes. That was great. I'm not doing that. Okay, yeah.
Are you
fully
making any effort to be like stealthy, or are you just like fuck it? Me and Mr. Sakarian gonna roll out.
Like, stealthy. Like, I don't feel like anybody around here is going to care that I'm obviously armed, right?
No, that won't matter. That won't be what's drawing attention. It's just that if these three guys were not alone, someone might be following you or watching you.
You know what? No, I'm not going to be stealthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in assault armor with my cloak and thunder gun and stuff. Sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prosper feels like, if they really want to come get him, then they know where the Swan Song is in all probability. They knew where he was staying. It doesn't take a rocket surgeon to, put 2 and 2 together. So
Ooh, a rocket surgeon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have those. When you got to make a real quick cut, they put a rocket on the thing and then voom, just right across, real easy.
There it goes.
One and done.
I can see him standing there in his white clothes like, do you think this is easy? You think what? You could be a rocket surgeon as well? Fucking idiots. Good God.
I didn't go to 12 years of rocket surgery school to be talked to like this.
Surgery school. That's good. I like that.
Okay.
All right. So, under the cover of the clouds of smog that are all over this planet.
Bright neon lights flaring in the darkness as I walk down the rain-slicked streets of, Neo Majidi.
Yeah. So it's you have time to reflect on being assaulted in your underpants. And I think maybe you just like keep remembering the scars that they had and like what they said about what did you do to him, and you keep thinking of that moment on the bridge of the ship while McCurry like uploaded something into Pi.
Yeah. Well, I defied the entire crew in defense of my other crew member.
That's right. And I think that you get to the dock and pass through this sort of little crowd of like urchins begging for credits, and all the ships are there. And you can see in the distance the Swan Song, like mostly kind of taken apart. There's a bunch of like the weapons are like on the ground. Everything's being reconstructed, but
so the weapons are not operational on the Swan Song.
Not presently, no.
I mentioned that to Sakarian.
Okay. The ship. The ship is just waiting, sitting in the distance, waiting for you to
I as I step out onto the platform, I scan the environment to see if there's anybody here that's like tracked our arrival or is moving in our direction or whatever, trying to see if there are any obvious threats on the platform itself. Does the Swan Song look active? I mean, I guess like Wu was working on it. I know that Piani headed in this direction. Does it look inhabited?
There are a couple of repair drones that are like welding a like an armor plate on back onto the hull. They're reconstructing the hull, but there don't seem to be any. There isn't any person around.
Okay.
There are people in the dock facility, but nobody working on the Swan Song.
Yeah.
Make a perception roll.
Cool. That's based on wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay, I got nothing. Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm just like in my own little world. I'm like sort of like I
Very
look at my reflection in the rain, puddle. A drop falls into it and it sort of like shatters my face and I'm kind of like
Yeah. Well, yeah. You see your own like
the Wire
bruised
episode.
face.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, like that. Like, yeah, you're looking at the puddle, and it's just you get caught staring at your own face, a tapestry of bruises.
Yeah.
Blood like dried under your nose, and then you kind of get shocked back, and you're like walk towards the ship.
Yeah.
So
I walk up the stairs of the Swan Song safely. Open the door, step inside.
Yep, that
Feels
happens.
good to be home.
Well, I mean, home, like you haven't been back to the Swan Song, so like I was describing to Piani, it feels like it's like going back to your home while it's being fumigated or something, and it's like it's familiar. You recognize the gangplanks and the walls and everything, but there's panels removed. Like it's like going somewhere where your house has been robbed. Everything's all like hanging out of the walls, when you step onto the ship.
I think this is a really good scene. Like I guess Sicarian follows and is just kind of quiet in the background or whatever. But like in Prosper's mind, we're seeing like smash cuts between like the fire on Andoni as Warmind destroys the planet, and like the moment when he uploaded the code to L'Enfant, but he had removed the code, and L'Enfant said, you should have asked me first, and all sorts of these moments in Prosper's life, and it feels like the environment, this like stripped out ship where everything is familiar and yet sort of taken apart and all of the internals are exposed, feels like exactly what's going on inside right now.
Some Vangelis plays in the background as a panel lights up and like throws green light on your face.
Yeah. Totally. My prominent nose casting a silhouette on the wall.
And I think that the one of the like it does actually, like a panel lights up, and a speaker nearby that crackles to life. Probably like more because the wiring is all still being repaired. It probably comes through like a little bit distorted, and quietly, Pi says, "Welcome back, Prosper, Mr. Sicarian. Please keep quiet. Piani's sleeping."
Of course, Pi. Has she been asleep for long?
Only a few moments.
Right. Best not wake her. I'm starving. I'm going to make an omelet. I walk to the kitchen.
Okay.
I begin. I fire up the burner and I crack a couple eggs in the pan.
Well, I think you get there and you like probably press the starter for the like whatever you use as a stove, and it doesn't turn on. And maybe you end up just having like a glass of bourbon and a cigarette for dinner or something, because you can't nothing works.
So I pull out a glass, and it's probably dirty because the dishwasher hasn't been run in forever. So I just wipe it down on my white my white undershirt. I pour a slosh of bourbon into it, knock it back, pour myself a second one. I say, "L'Enfant, I have a question for you."
I've been answering a lot of those lately. What is it?
I take it Piani had questions of her own.
She did.
You no doubt remember a little while ago when we had Lord McCrary on our ship?
I do.
You spoke with him regularly, and then he told us that he would wire us some obscene amount of money. I guarded him to the bridge, And you connected with him directly.
I did.
And I defended you. We created a very convincing charade for our companions on the crew. You should know that they now know the truth of what happened that day.
I suspected as much.
Good.
Is that why you appear injured?
Yes, there were 3 men. Low-level goons, but they surprised me. I was relaxing in my bathrobe. An excellent pastime. If Peony ever finishes that body of yours, we should make sure we find you a good bathrobe. There are few things in life as fine as a good bathrobe. And that's beside the point. When they attacked me, they asked, "What did you do? Where's the information? Why doesn't McCrary know anything?" And the only reason I could think of that these men could not extract any information at all from his mind is, well, it reminded me of your link with him. I don't want to overstep my role as your friend or your possession, but is there any insight you can give me into what happened?
Human memory is a funny thing, Prosper. You're born, you live, you die, and at the end of it, it's all a blur. Bits and pieces, highlights, strange things you shouldn't remember but do. It's not like that for us. We remember everything. I helped McCrary remember something, then I took it from him.
I see. Does that mean that you have his memory?
I do.
Is there something we should do with it?
I have. Already, I mean.
Good. There are people who want it. I don't know if they know about you. I wonder if we should look into protecting it somehow. Do I know about, like, encryption in Maltech AI memory banks?
There's only a little bit of like overlap between the two. Like generally in AIs, like algorithms and stuff don't need to be encrypted exactly. There's some degree of like intelligence work that goes into kind of like protecting them from getting hacked from the outside. Mm-hmm. But that's another one of those things that you and Peony would have to work together on to kind of like cross your disciplines.
Yeah. I guess I asked Pi how confident they feel about their ability to secure this information and whether or not they'd like any help with that.
It's fine. She's already helped me change the variables that would make this information valuable. It's useless now.
Excellent. Do you want to tell me what it was?
Access codes. Caberlet's intelligence. Sensitive satellites. Facility codes. Useful for me. More useful for the Syndicate, I think. A matter of security.
Very well. L'enfant, I have something hard to tell you.
What is it?
I'm hurt you did not include me. Except by manipulation.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Prosper.
But I am grateful to you for your actions.
Good. I'm glad that we agree. I did what was right.
Yes, you did. Well done. And I knock back the rest of my glass of bourbon.
Okay, cool. Well, let's take a break there.
All right.
Sound good?
Right.
By the way, before we go, one last, since we only talked about this in the first hour, then the other 3 hours are purely role-playing. Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, is joining Ghostbusters as the receptionist.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
The receptionist.
The receptionist.
Well, yeah, because they're switching
Yeah,
the roles
the
around.
four
Right?
Ghostbusters are all
four
women.
Ghostbusters. He's
Yeah.
Janine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
okay.
so good.
That's
Pretty
pretty great.
It's pretty good. All right, that does it for all your pop culture news here on Roleplay Swan Song. We'll be right back going to hour 2. Still got 3 hours to go. We'll see you guys in just a bit.